everyone. Welcome to tonight's Big Brother 24 chat.
Oh, hi.
We're so tired.
This is representing episode 7 and episode 8?
Yes, because remember, Thursday's eviction episode was moved to tonight. I'm sorry, I can't do 2 hours of the show after spending the whole day with Granny. It's a lot.
I got like 0 out of this double episode. Like literally 0. Because it was mostly Pooch getting evicted.
Which feels like a million years ago. If you've been watching the live feeds, Pooch's eviction seems like so long ago.
Yeah.
I will also say there have been some wild developments in like the last 48 hours on the live feeds. So a lot of this episode was like kind of irrelevant.
Yeah.
But let's talk about it anyway.
Well, and then the second part of, chat number 8 was basically like just the HOH competition. Mm-hmm. And goddamn, my eyes are dry and I'm so itchy.
We both need sleep. So anyway, last time, 100 million years ago, Pooch and Taylor were up on the block.
Oh.
I don't even remember who Pooch is.
I know, right?
Pooch went into this thinking he was so freaking safe. Remember, he volunteered to go up on the block next to Taylor because he thought he was so safe.
He wants to make good TV.
Well, he did.
Did he, though? Because it was kind of like a train wreck in slow motion.
Yeah, but that's good TV.
So, Alyssa, she is in the middle of this showmance, which
unrequited showmance.
Yeah, is it even like a thing anymore?
This just makes me
with
sad.
Kyle? Great.
She's all goo-goo eyes for him. And
she really is.
He does not seem as interested in her. I don't see this thing having legs outside of the house.
Even in the house, I feel like.
That's true, yeah. I don't see it happening.
Yeah.
But she seems to be really into him, and she loves to spill info to him, which we'll get to in a few minutes.
Well, you know who's not getting info spilled to them? Joseph.
Yeah.
He does not know that he is on the wrong side of the Pooch vote.
Yeah, I mean, Joseph is all about the Oasis. He loves Pooch. He doesn't know that the plan is to take Pooch out this week. And Monty and Kyle are in a tough spot here because they know that Pooch is going.
Right.
Right? But they are loyal to Poe's pack first. And they don't want to...
Screw Oasis.
Yeah, they don't want to spill the beans too early.
Right.
To Pooch. Not Pooch. To Joe.
Joe.
Yeah.
Do you think Joe is the big spoon or the little spoon in this Pooch relationship?
It's tough to say. I think maybe they switch. I don't know.
Oh.
Who knows?
I think he's the tiny spoon because I feel like this is mostly Pooch. Mm-hmm. I mean, I think it's mutual, but I feel like Pooch has really put this car in motion.
Well, I'm a little disappointed that they didn't show the conversation where Joe was like to Pooch, you need to stop touching me.
No touchies.
Or other people, and other people because it's making...
everyone uncomfortable?
It's making people annoyed with you, and it's not helping your case to stay, but they didn't show that one.
Alright, well, Alyssa says to Kyle, the girls want Taylor to win HOH because we want to use her to take out a guy.
She's basically spilling to him that there's like a girls' alliance working together. She's giving him all this info. She gives him other info, too, in other conversations. Like, she's just all over the place.
Did she not realize that he's a guy?
I guess she doesn't realize that...
there's a guys' alliance?
No. I mean, he basically said, like, oh, there's kind of like a guys'
So why is she saying stupid things?
Because she thinks that they're going to be, like, this showmance that's going to work together over anybody else.
This ain't Big Brother Canada, honey.
I don't know. She thinks this thing is happening, but Kyle is just sitting back taking this info in.
Mm-hmm. All right, well, blindsided, whoa, you're going home, Pooch.
Yeah, they did a pretty good job up until the end of keeping Pooch in the dark about this.
Yeah.
Taylor is trying to act like she could be in trouble, but also, like, she didn't do a great job of that.
No.
She seemed very calm to a lot of people this week, and that was throwing, Joe and Pooch and Turner off a bit.
Well, she wants to go after Monty next week.
Yes. She made that very clear, too, spreading that around the house.
Next week meaning this week.
Right.
Yeah. Because, like, this is a double episode.
Right.
Did you know?
No.
All right. Me neither.
So Amira kind of slipped up here because Amira let Monty know, hey, Taylor is talking about backdooring you.
Oh.
And that's bad because
really bad.
now Monty's like, oh crap, is it really in my best interest
I don't want to get
be...
rid of the Pooch.
Is it really in my best interest to evict Pooch and keep Taylor when Taylor is targeting me and Pooch is one of the boys?
Yeah, that's right.
So, oh my god, they didn't really show it on this episode, but Monty was exhausting with his campaigning for Pooch to stay. He was all like, I'm not trying to like flip the vote or campaign for Pooch, and then he would list off why he wanted Pooch to stay.
No, not doing it.
It was very... We need the guys to have the numbers and go against the women.
It's guys versus girls.
That's what it was really shaping up to be. It
seems like that's what it is.
Not always, but this season for sure.
This cast, I'm sorry, it's just so unlikable. I honestly don't care who goes home at this point.
Oh.
All right, so Nicole, Alyssa, and Indy.
They don't want a man.
We don't want a man to win. HOH. We don't need another hero.
I mean, yeah, like we said, it's shaping up to be like men versus women at that point. So the lines are becoming more and more clear.
P versus V.
All right. Let's see what Julie has to say.
Well, probably not a whole lot. So Pooch basically, all right, so they do their little pleadings to stay, and Pooch is like, I have a lisp. Who would have thought I would have, been in this house? I don't get what he said, but he
was
said,
basically
keep me.
saying, like, I never thought that I would be able to be on a show like this. Like, look how far I've come. That's really cool.
That is cool.
Yeah. But then he was kind of rambling a lot, and
kind of lost
really
me
loyal, blah, 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 blah.
And then Taylor was like, don't vote me out. I have great clothes.
Well, she was saying...
I have a lot of clothes that I want to show you guys.
That there's a lot of strength in vulnerability. And she was telling them, like, don't look at me as a threat. You can use me as an asset for your game, so keep me around. And then it was time for the vote.
Because you're just so great at competitions and everything.
I mean, she's been okay in some of them.
Yeah. But she didn't win.
All right. Well, she's done well.
All right, so it's time for the vote. And we really appreciate Michael in the diary room for the voting because he knows that the fans don't like when the players give too many shout-outs during the votes.
I gotta say, like that. It is exhausting early on in the season when it's a unanimous vote. And you just have to see, like, so many people... What would it be? It's 12 people coming in to be like, I vote to evict Pooch. I vote to evict... Like, we get it. It's just exhausting early on. But, I mean, what else can they do?
I vote to evict Pooch, and this one's birthday, this one... Oh,
it's a lot of shout-outs.
Yeah.
But, yeah, Michael knows what's up. He just did his vote, and he left.
Well, it was a unanimous vote to evict the Pooch.
Yes.
The Pooch got screwed.
12-0.
Yes. So Pooch goes out, talks to Julie.
He had a pretty chill exit. I don't think he was expecting it to be a unanimous vote.
I think he was pretty shocked about that. He was fighting back the tears.
I mean, we saw he pretty much knew it was going to happen because he was wearing nicer clothes and Taylor was wearing athletic clothes. So,
but it's always a shock when you finally hear it.
That.
No, but when you finally hear it,
that too.
It doesn't seem real until it actually
but I think the unanimous really hit him hard because he was like,
what about Joe?
What about my boys? Yeah.
Voice. All right, so Julie was like, are you shocked? You volunteered. Dumb.
What was that? Yeah, it was pretty dumb.
Shocked it was 12-0? Well...
He says that he underestimated the girls because, I mean, he was going around all week being like, the girls are dumb. If they were smart, they would get rid of me. That was the better move. Well, they did.
Julie said, do you know who was responsible for this? It was you, dum-dum. You volunteered to go up.
But she did flash that Girls Alliance, Girls Alliance, up on the screen.
Girls.
You know Julie loves an alliance reveal on the big screen.
Even though she doesn't know what it means.
Also, this alliance, this Girls Alliance, is not doing great. I feel like it's on life support at this point.
It really is.
I don't know that I would say that they are 100% responsible for this. But, you know, Julie loves an alliance reveal, so...
The goodbyes were generally okay.
Yeah, I did notice that Kyle was like, sorry about the Oasis man, but I've been working with the Post-Pack Alliance, and he listed off everybody in that group, so...
Well, I like Michael's Don't Mess with Michael.
Don't mess with Michael Bruner. I liked it too.
And Pooch said, they got my ass.
In a way, I think he respected the move. He knew that it was the smarter move for everybody. Yeah, so it's kind of flattering in a way, right?
Oh, at least he wasn't first out. Well, he was the first voted out.
I mean, he played himself in the end. He volunteered. He begged to go up on the block.
Yeah, he was overconfident. He was cocky. When you're cocky, you go home.
Yeah.
All right, so Julie says...
Hello, everybody.
Hellosies. It's a twist.
Oh, man. Do you think they were crapping themselves that it was going to be a double or something?
So soon?
Hey, you never know.
Expect the unexpected? Nobody expects the Spanish Inquisition.
Twistiest summer.
Well, it's the festy bestie twisty.
Oh, yeah. So Julie says, normally we reveal a big twist on night one. But we wanted to give everybody some more time to get to know each other before we did this. So it's time to unleash the festy besties twist.
Could they have picked a lamer namer?
It sounded very silly coming out of Julie's mouth.
Oh, it's festy besties, guys.
I still think testy besties is funnier.
I don't think any of it's funny.
All right.
Certainly not at midnight.
Yeah. Well, anyway, each house guest is going to be paired up with another house guest.
And since there are teams of two and only one go at a time, Julie was not very forthcoming with what the fate of the surviving bestie was.
Yeah. Well, it makes it sound like this is going to be a twist that's going to last for more than 1 week. Because we weren't really sure about that.
I would say it's probably going to last about 3 weeks.
Okay. I could see that.
About 3 weeks. And we've had enough.
So Julie was explaining the rules. So it's only going to be one person winning HOH.
Right.
But their festy bestie will be safe for the week. So then the HOH is going to nominate one duo.
Right.
The HOH pair, the nominated duo, and one randomly selected duo will play for the veto.
Okay.
And then we do know now that they are competing as teams.
Teams of two.
Yeah. So it's not like you're competing individually for POV. Or at least that's what happened this week. Right. And they competed as a duo.
Right.
But then if the veto is used, it's used on...
the pair.
The duo, not just one.
Right.
And then a new duo is put up in their place. This sounds really complicated, but it's not that crazy. But then at the end of the week, only one house guest is evicted.
The duos, partially separate to be voted on and either eliminated or thrown back on the pile.
Well, like you said, Julie was saying, something happens to the person that survives eviction, but... I'm not telling you yet.
She said, I'll never tell.
Yeah.
Next week. All right. So I won't tell you until the live vote out next week.
All right. So then it was time for the HOH competition.
It's called Get Lit.
This was so
did I
weird
feel
to
like
watch.
I was lit, even though I wasn't drinking today because there was no air conditioning the entire day and it was so hot. And
all right. So this competition was done in rounds, and it was kind of like musical chairs, but everybody stands in front of their own chair.
Yes.
But you got to sit your ass down as quickly as you can. So everybody is holding on to these lighters, these giant lighters above them.
You know what this reminded me of? On Nintendo Wii, when they do the aerobics class, and they're all just like...
It was kind of like they were video game characters waiting to get chosen. So you had to hold down this button. It was just one button, right? I think. Or was it? I don't know. 1 or 2 buttons on your giant lighter above your head. And you just gotta follow it back and forth.
I was so afraid somebody was going to take an arm up the butt from when they had
like
to sit
a chair
down.
arm?
Yeah.
I know, right? So...
Ow, my coccyx!
Once the music stopped playing...
It's a real thing.
I know. You had to sit down
as
on your chair.
fast as you could.
So if you were the last person to sit down, or if it was a false start and you took your hand off of your buzzer...
Right, before the music stopped.
You're out.
Yeah.
Okay. So then...
This was so complicated.
This HOH competition also tied into everybody picking out their festy besties.
Right.
So, because Jasmine is the outgoing HOH, she did not compete, and she was the first option for a festy bestie. They had
tables of 2. Mm-hmm. So either you could pick somebody that was already eliminated, or you could sit down at an empty duo table.
And wait to be chosen.
Right.
Okay.
It's so complicated.
It really wasn't that complicated.
My
it's just a
really
lot
hurts.
to explain at once.
Just so you know.
All right. So, blah, blah, blah. Okay. Then Julie's like, okay, let's get started. I'm out of here. I'm not sticking around for this.
This is a whole nother day. They didn't pay me for this. They're not giving me overtime.
I mean, it all still happened on Thursday.
I got to do something with my kid.
You know Julie doesn't stick around for the endurance comps.
Why should she?
Yeah.
All right, so she could be out getting donuts somewhere.
Yeah. I do like seeing these competitions with diary rooms interspersed, though, because I want to hear people's perspective on what's going on and what they're thinking.
But this was just so long and drawn out.
It was pretty drawn out.
It was just like, oh my God, get off.
All right. Well... Turner is super focused in this competition because he's doing it for Pooch.
I mean, there were 12 effing rounds here.
Well, there's a lot of people left.
12 rounds. Usually there's like 7 questions or something. This was 12 rounds.
Lady, this is an endurance competition.
For us.
All right. Well, anyway.
There was lots of strategic possibilities here depending on who you picked after you were eliminated. I mean,
yeah. I mean, do you want to pair yourself with your actual bestie? And then if you guys end up on the block, one of you is definitely going to go.
Yeah. Or do you want to pick an enemy?
Mm-hmm.
A sworn enemy? Or do you want to be eliminated early so you have a better pick? Or do you want to try and hold out and then you got not so great a pick?
So there's all sorts of factors here.
Yeah. So Terry was out first, a.k.a. Terrence. And he said, I don't want freaking Jasmine. I'm going to sit at my own table.
I think a lot of people did not want to be partnered up with Jasmine.
No one wanted to be partnered up with Jasmine. I can tell you that now.
If you know that you're going to be competing with this person, do you really want to pick the girl
with the broken foot
who's asking people to wipe her?
It's not really broken. Oh!
And like make all of her food for her.
And then say,
I'm sorry, but like they don't want to work with Jasmine right now.
So second round, Brittany was eliminated, and she sat at an empty table.
Right.
Nobody wants Jasmine. Third round, Joseph, empty table.
A lot of empty tables filling up here.
Is Jasmine like...
I don't know.
What's going on? Nobody wants me.
All right. Well, then Michael decided he was going to throw the competition.
Oh.
In the fourth round. Because
he
wanted to pick Brittany.
Mm-hmm.
So this was an interesting choice here because we know he's actually like super close with Brittany.
Mm-hmm.
And he is working with her. But he's also being realistic. And he knows that a lot of people are mentioning Brittany as a target coming up. So he knows if he is up against her, there's a good chance that he will be safe.
Brittany had some fatal errors in the first week or so.
Yeah.
Making poor choices.
She's kind of sloppy.
Blurting things out. And
yeah. I think she really freaked out being one of the backstage people.
Right.
But Brittany was not like super thrilled that Michael picked her here because she's worried like if we go up on the block, we're not going to be able to help each other out here. One of us would be going.
Right. So then fifth round. Taylor was out. And she almost walked into the handrail.
Oh, Taylor!
But she sat at an empty table.
Yeah, she false started.
Yeah.
All right, so then the next round, Monty was out.
He said, I'm going to scoop me up a handful of Joe.
Yeah, so he decided to go with somebody outside of the Pose Pack Alliance.
Oh.
And I noticed he also picked another strong dude, which I think was definitely part of his decision, because he wants to be paired up with someone who's, like, on an equal fitness level with him.
Right.
They're both into personal training and all that. Training. Yeah, so
Seventh round. Nicole, she's got this big plan to pick Taylor. And she did. Because
she knows if she's up against Taylor is like the biggest target right now. For no reason.
Taylor's still here.
Yeah. So she feels like, I want to get Taylor out of here. And she seems to think that she is going to get some sort of power if she survives the block against Taylor. So she's like, yeah, let's do this. Let's get it.
Not what Julie said. All right, so 8th round, Indy said, I don't want any of you scrubs. I want to sit by myself. Then 9th round, Daniel, he took the last empty table.
He said, I'm a driver's wife. He doesn't want to get paired up with anybody who was eliminated before him. He wants a strong competitor. So he was like, I'm going to let one of them pick me. I'm not going to pick anybody that's already out.
He said, don't call us, we'll call you. So then Kyle was eliminated in the 10th round, and he chose Daniel.
Again.
He said, I hear you.
Daniel is outside of the Pose Pack Alliance. So you can see everybody in Pose Pack is picking somebody outside of the group.
Wow, it's just like the cookout.
Yeah, I mean, they are utilizing Tiffany's master plan. Everybody has a buddy outside of the alliance, so if you end up on the block next to them, the votes are there to save the person in the alliance.
Which was a great strategy
last
season, but I don't want to see it again right now.
Yeah, we don't want to see any alliance.
We don't want any repeats.
Yeah, but we'll get to that. So then Alyssa was out, and she chose Indy.
She said, entertain me for the week.
So then it came down to Amira and Turner.
And
Amira, Tyler.
Amira was eliminated, which means that Turner won.
All right.
So Amira got to choose first. She chose Terrence.
Yeah, it was either Terrence or Jasmine, and she was like, not Jasmine. She picked Terrence.
So you know what that means. The cheese stands alone. And Jasmine got paired up with Turner.
I mean, she was pretty excited about it, because that means she is safe.
That's right.
For the week. Can you give me your best impression of Jasmine in the diary room?
Oh, hell. I'm safe for the week.
I'm going to go with
You're really flipping my flapjacks.
Oh, man. Looks like I'm as safe as a fart in a spacesuit.
Yeah.
She really,
I'm
does the most in the diary room.
A whole plate of butter beans.
I can't deal. But yeah, she's pretty thrilled about that. Terrence was disappointed. He came so close to being safe for the week. And then, right at the last minute...
snatched it up.
He got snatched up by Amira.
Right, he got his little pussycat wig snatched.
Yeah. Well, Turner, this was a clutch win for him. He doesn't realize
he really needed this.
But, like... pretty much all of the other house guests were targeting him going into this week. I mean, not all of them, but a lot of them. Like, majority.
All right. So, I don't know what that says. But Brittany doesn't want Michael gone.
Yeah, they were talking about Michael's decision to pick Brittany as his bestie. And she's nervous. She's like, what if we're up there together? Like, we can't save each other.
Yeah.
But they're also excited to be paired together because they are actual besties.
And I don't know what that says.
Okay.
Because I was just like, nah.
So then Taylor was talking to her festy bestie, Nicole.
Oh, festy bestie.
Poor Taylor is like, I just can't do another week on the block. I can't do it.
I hope we don't get nominated.
Yeah. And Nicole was like, yeah, me neither. She wants to go up on the block next to Taylor.
All right. So Joe and Monte, they feel good about Turner being the HOH.
Yeah, I mean,
they feel safe with him.
They're bros with him, so they feel like it's going to be good. Joe is saying Turner wants to go after whoever influenced things so that Pooch would go last week.
Oh.
So he's going to be on the hunt trying to figure out what happened, who's responsible, because their ass is grass.
Yeah. Pooch was responsible.
I know. He's already gone.
Yeah. All right. So Indy is worried that she's going to be nominated.
Right. And Alyssa's like, don't worry about it. We're festy besties. And I'm good with Turner. So he's not going to put me up.
That's right.
So you're not going to go up. Don't worry about it.
Right. All right. So Poe's pack is also confident. They all pick the people outside of their alliance, like we said. And they're realizing the votes to keep them all safe.
We can really use this to our advantage because we can make sure that none of us are going to be evicted in the next few weeks. So they're feeling pretty freaking good about themselves and their choices.
They're feeling good as hell, would you say?
At this point, as I was watching this on the feeds, I was like, are you freaking kidding me? Like, it was super discouraging because it just seemed like, okay, well, I guess the next few weeks are going to be boring as hell. Yeah. They had already picked out their next targets. But I will let you guys know if you're not watching the feeds.
It's not going to be as boring as hell.
The last few days have been exceptional.
Yeah. All right. So, Turner's HOH room, pretty standard. Jasmine.
Still scooting her way up those stairs.
Yeah. It kind of reminds me of my dog when they go to the bathroom and they wipe their butt on the grass outside.
Yeah.
All right, so he got a letter from his girlfriend, Megan, and he barely made it through the reading of it.
It was very sweet, I have to say.
I love a good cry on an HOH letter.
I mean, he really was crying during this letter.
I love
Dear
you.
Matty.
Yeah. Yeah, I was like, who's Maddie?
I know, I keep forgetting that his real name is not Turner.
Turner.
And also Pooch, when he was like, oh, Joe Squared, I was like, who?
Yeah.
I forgot his name is Joe.
All right, so he also got a letter from Big Brother, or a little card from the diary room that said Jasmine had to pick the have-nots.
Right, so because Jasmine is his festy bestie, she is picking the have-nots this week, and she's like, any volunteers? And it took a while for anybody to step up, but if you look at the lineup here, Indy and Alyssa were the only duo where neither of them have been have-nots yet.
Oh, okay.
So finally, Indy was like, okay, we'll do it. She was not happy about it, though.
Terry had put his 2 cents in, though, and give advice to Indy about...
I think it was a valuable 2 cents, though. He was just trying to help.
She did not appreciate it, though.
Yeah, she was all like, I just need to feel my feelings. Like, I just need to be mad about it for an hour. I gotta say, people did not enjoy Indy's attitude towards being a have-not. And some people were even like, maybe we should get rid of Indy because...
Oh. We don't want that.
Yeah.
All right, well, Nicole wants her and Taylor to go up on the block because she wants the Survivor reward.
I was like, Taylor... Survivor, the show?
No.
The person who survives the block.
Right. She wants Taylor to get voted out. She wants...
Again, she's assuming that she would be getting a power or something.
Yeah. So she wants that Survivor guilt. And she wants everything that comes with it. So... Is there anything there? No. Nothing. Nothing to see there.
So, this was interesting. Okay, so now that everybody's paired up, some people were talking to Turner one-on-one, and some people were talking with their duos. So, Taylor and Nicole talked to Turner together, and the story behind this, Nicole, insisted on being there when Taylor talked to Turner, because she wanted to, babysit her and see what was going on. You know what I mean?
Yes.
So Nicole was really laying it on thick in this conversation to him, being like, I picked you because I wanted to protect you this week and blah blah blah.
What's a lie?
Yeah. So
a lie.
At this point in the week, I also want to mention Turner was planning on backdooring Taylor and Nicole, but he's telling Taylor, look, I don't want you to have to go up on the block for a 3rd time. That would really suck.
Another liar.
But again, at the time, planning on backdooring Taylor. His 2 targets this week, at the time, were Brittany and Taylor.
Not anymore. All right, so Turner and Michael tells Turner, Brittany's rubbing people. People are saying that Brittany is rubbing them the wrong way. So, ugh.
Yeah. Well, Turner basically told Michael, I'm thinking about using you guys as pawns. He was like, I'm planning on backdooring Taylor, but, you know, if you and Brittany are still up on the block on Thursday, you're going to be fine. So, like, you don't have to worry about it.
Yeah.
And Michael's just like, I don't want to go
thanks.
up. Yeah.
All right, so it's time for the noms. Wow, already? It doesn't seem like we've been doing this for more than 500 minutes. So, obviously, it's Michael and Brittany and BS excuse.
Yeah, he didn't want to, like,
you know,
say what the real reason was.
hey, guys, we didn't talk a lot of game, except for all that game we talked, you know, ad infinitum.
I will say, Turner talked a lot of game with Michael and Brittany last week because he was under the impression that Michael and Brittany were swing votes to try and keep Pooch.
Right.
So they did talk a lot of game, but he doesn't want to say, like, they're pawns because I want to take out Taylor.
Yeah.
And if nominations stay the same, I want Brittany out because I feel like she just sits in rooms. She doesn't contribute to conversations.
I mean, I think that was like a pretty lame.
Well, I'm just saying
reason.
that's the actual reasoning that he didn't say. So,
yeah.
Yeah.
So the backup plan is obviously Taylor and Nicole. So
at that point.
Yes, that's all we're going to talk about now, though, because that's a spoiler.
Yeah, just saying.
Spoiler
Get
alert.
ready because Wednesday's episode is actually going to be lit.
It's going to pop off.
Yeah.
So get your popcorn. Mm-hmm. Make sure you watch the spoiler tomorrow because it's going to be crazy.
Yep. So
it's going to be crazy.
Thank
Trust
you all
me.
so much for watching if you made it to the end of this. Sorry we're like super tired, but
my eye really
that's
hurts.
life, right?
Yeah.
So
I feel like sticking a needle in my eye right now.
Oh, gosh.
It just hurts so much.
It's not good. I don't think that's going to help.
Stop the pain.
But anyway, thank you all so much for watching. Leave your thoughts on this episode in the comments. And until next time, much love.